but Mary Ellen.
Don't interrupt me when I'm talking.
Oh, sorry.
Now, where was I?
You were telling me I was a dope, a nincompoop, and a tin-thumbed idiot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I are through forever. Here's your high-Y pin and your artificial gardenia. I'd give you back your class ring, but it melted when I was washing my hands.
Look, Mary Ellen.
Don't call me. I'll call you.
Well, back to the old drawing board, huh, Dope?
Maynard, I've got no time for your nonsense. My heart's broken.
Your heart's always broken.
Well, I've got no luck with girls.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, good buddy. In fact, I think you got like a lot of luck with girls. I mean, considering the girls you chase after, the worst thing that could happen to you is if you got them.
That's not true.
Oh, yes, it is, good buddy. You want I should run through some of the names of the mean and rotten girls you've been aped for?
Maynard, I'll admit that I have occasionally made a mistake with a girl.
And I'll admit the sun rises in the east.
But I'm getting better.
Better than what?
You remember that girl I wigged for in high school, that greedy, grubby blonde with the face of an angel and a heart like a computing machine?
Oh, yeah, she was the greediest and the grubbiest. How'd you ever get mixed up with a barracuda like that?
I was young, Maynard. But today, even though I may not be the best judge of women in the world,
I'll buy that.
at least I know better than to get involved with the likes of Thalia Miniger.
You ran.
I'm a genius or an Einstein or like that, but I'm not altogether an idiot either. So how come I ever got mixed up with a girl like Thalia Miniger? Okay, so she's beautiful. So her hair's like spun gold and her eyes are like 2 teaspoons of the Mediterranean. And her lips are red and full and luscious. And her neck's like alabaster and she's round and pink and white and creamy. And I just remembered how come I ever got mixed up with a girl like Thalia Miniger.
Hello, Dobie Dumpling. It's so nice to see you again. Mwah! You too, Maynard.
You're gonna kiss me too, are you, girl?
No offense, but no.
What a narrow escape.
Well, aren't you going to say something?
You look wonderful, Thalia.
Thank you.
You've grown since I saw you last.
You too, Dobie. I bet you're a size 40 now.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is your lucky day. It just so happens that we're running a special on tweed jackets, hand-loomed from the cottage industries of Ireland.
Who's running a special?
Maynard, take notes, honey.
Huh?
The Pylon Sales Company. Take notes.
Yeah.
We have everything. Books, appliances, wearing apparel, you name it, and we've got it.
Yeah, and you're a traveling salesman?
Well, I was. Starting next week, I'm going to be the district manager working out of Cleveland.
Then you're not going to school anymore?
Oh, Dobie, you're so silly.
Yes.
Sleeve 33. Got that, Maynard?
Sleeve 33.
Thalia, what are you doing?
I'm making sure that you get a proper fit. You want a proper fit, don't you, Dobie?
Look, Thalia.
Of course you do. Chest 40. Write it down.
Chest 40.
Waist 32.
Look, Thalia. Thalia.
There. Oh, my, what a trim little figure you've got, Dobie.
Oh, come now.
Maynard.
You ought to see him in the shower.
Nonsense. Dobie's turned into be a gorgeous hunk of man.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either.
Write it down. Waist 32.
Waist 32.
Look, Thalia, I can't afford to
pass
buy...
up a bargain like this. And I'm going to be so proud of you and your new hand-loomed tweed jacket when you take me out Friday night.
You're going out with me Friday night?
Well, of course I couldn't resist a gorgeous hunk of man like you in a hand-woven jacket and a necktie hand-woven by the Navajos.
Thalia, I haven't got a necktie hand-woven by the Navajos.
You don't?
No.
Oh, Maynard, write it down. 6 neckties.
6 neckties.
And 6 pocket handkerchiefs for lard.
Yeah, what's foulard?
You don't know what foulard is?
Uh-uh.
Write down 1 dictionary. We've got that, too.
Yeah.
We just have
Look,
everything.
Thalia, I'll buy the jacket and the ties and the dictionary.
And the handkerchiefs
And the
for lard.
handkerchiefs for lard. But first, I want you to answer a question for me.
What?
This. Haven't you learned anything in the last few years?
Of course I have. I've learned salesmanship, double-entry bookkeeping, cost accounting, amortization,
No, Thalia, you
investment
haven't learned a
counseling.
thing. You're still the same.
Same what?
The same greedy, grubby, money-grasping chick you always were. No offense.
No offense. I'm plenty offended. It just so happens that I don't care a thing about money.
You? Oh, come now.
Well, I don't. Not for myself, that is. I've got to think about my family.
I know. Your father's 60 years
a
old
kidney
and has a
condition.
kidney. And your mother isn't
getting any younger.
And your brother shows
every sign of becoming a public
charge.
charge. So you see, it's up to me, Dobie. I'm the only asset my family has. This hair, these eyes, these teeth, this face, this body. Take it away and they're ruined.
You're all heart, girl.
Yes, I know. Dobie, darling, I'll see you Friday night.
Yes, Thalia.
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
And I know you're going to be right on time.
Because you're selling me a new watch.
Good thinking. Dobie.
Bye, Thalia.
Poor Dobie.
What do you mean, poor Dobie?
You're hooked all over again on that greedy, grubby chick.
Maynard, if there's one thing I'm not, it's hooked by Thalia Manager.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, yes, I am. Between the time I saw Thalia Manager on campus and Friday night when we had our date, I made up my mind that I wasn't going to get hooked again. I was going to play it cool, calm, casual, composed. Thalia, I love you.
That's nice.
Oh, I know you don't care anything about me.
No, I love you, too.
To you, I'm just another... excuse me, would you mind repeating that last statement?
I said I love you.
You're kidding, of course.
I wish I were, but I've always loved you.
You did a fine job of concealing it.
Because I had to. If it were up to me, I'd have been yours long ago, but I can't think only of myself.
I know your father's kidney condition.
That's right.
Isn't it getting any better?
Well, I don't know, but it's hardly the kind of thing you talk about here, is it?
I guess not. Huh?
Well, I decided to put you completely out of my mind, and I thought I'd done it till I saw you the other day. And I knew it was still you.
Thalia, my darling.
Dobie.
Yes, Thalia.
You know I use my hands for emphasis when I'm talking.
Oh, sorry, I
Let go.
forgot. Yeah.
I dropped you once, and I can do it again.
But you love me.
Love doesn't butter any parsnips.
Thalia, I'm never going to have any money.
Well, certainly you aren't. What are you taking at college?
Oh, some wonderful courses. English literature, Etruscan art, medieval history.
Swell. From this, you won't make a dime.
Hey, that's not the point. The point is that I'm broadening my horizons and lengthening my vistas and learning about truth and beauty and becoming a more complete human being.
What you're becoming is an educated bum.
Hey, now, Thalia.
Now, nothing. The semester is over in a few days. Why don't you quit school?
Quit school?
Of course. Become a salesman. You'd be great. Look at that face. No cunning, no guile. Just an open, empty blank.
Thanks a lot.
People have got to trust you. I mean, they take one look at you and they know that you can't outsmart them.
You'll turn my head with praise.
Now, listen. I'm going to be the district manager of the Pylon Sales Company. You take a job with me and quit school.
Quit school?
You already did that.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, look, I can't quit school. How about truth and beauty?
How about these lips and these eyes?
I don't know, Thalia. I just don't know.
All right. I'll be in town for a few more days. You think it over. And while you're thinking it over, I'd like you to remember something.
What, Thalia?
This.
And so I searched my soul. Should I quit school and become a salesman? Should I stay in school and search for truth and beauty? I looked into my heart, and what I saw there were two faces. One face belonged to Thalia Manager. Gorgeous, pink, white, creamy, dreamy Thalia Manager. The other face I saw, I'm bound to admit, was somewhat less attractive. Mr. Pomfret, I admire you, and I'm on your side. I believe in ivory towers and being a seeker of truth and beauty.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Dobie.
Yeah, but there's this girl I'm in love with, Thalia Manager.
Oh, yes, Miss Buy Now and Pay Later.
Yeah, Thalia wants me to forget about poetry and dreams and start earning a living.
I live in an ivory tower because I like the view. But believe me, comes the first of the month, and my tower is carpeted in unpaid bills, wall to wall.
But you wouldn't change things.
No, I wouldn't. Though I must confess now and again to a lunatic craving to see what my wife would look like in a new dress.
And you don't want me to change either.
No, I wouldn't, Dobie, especially not you. I want you to go on writing poetry and dreaming dreams and taking wildly impractical courses.
Then you advise me to stay in school.
Yes, I do. But remember, I'm prejudiced in favor of the academic life.
Well, who else can I go to for advice?
Well, there must be somebody close to you that you can talk to about it, someone who knows you and wishes you well.
You like my dad, you mean?
Well, yes, but of course, being your father, the last thing in the world he'd want is for you to quit school.
You gotta quit school.
But, Dad...
Never mind the but dad stuff. It's getting to be as bad as your mother's now, Herbert.
Now, Herbert.
Now, Minnie. Look, your son came to me and asked for some honest, unbiased, objective, calmly thought out advice. And I am going to give it to him. Son, smarten up, get a job.
Oh, I still have things to learn in college.
Oh, he sure does. He still has to learn about Japanese finger painting and wildlife in Minnesota and about a bunch of Greek statues that aren't even all in one piece. And this is going to help him earn a fat lot of bread.
Dad, man does not live by bread alone.
Oh, that he does not. He has to have butter and eggs and milk and meat and maybe once in a while a new suit of clothes that his poor old dad shouldn't have to pay for.
Especially when his poor old dad's a miser. No offense.
Well, sir, it was a pretty good fight for a while. Dad was slugging as usual, and Mom was dazzling him with footwork as usual. And all in all, it was a pretty even battle. Then Dad brought in some reinforcements. And from then on, it was strictly no contest.
Well, what's more beautiful than being a salesman? Think about it. When you walk into a place and then you walk out knowing that you've sold something to somebody who wouldn't have bought it unless you'd walked in. Now, that's beauty.
Oh, that certainly is, Thalia.
But Mr. Pomfret...
Oh, Pomfret, what does he know? He's a teacher.
And a darn good one, and the wisest man I know, and he thinks I should stay in school.
Well, of course he does. School is his whole life. He doesn't know about the world.
Look, son, I don't want to knock Pomfret, too. He's a great man, but Thalia is right. All he knows about is what goes on inside those ivy-covered walls.
Dobie, you say Mr. Pomfret is the wisest man you know. Now, if he told you to be a salesman, would you be one?
But he told me to stay in school.
I know, but maybe he didn't really understand. You see, if someone explained the facts to
You, for instance?
me, for instance.
You're going to talk to Mr. Pomfret?
Yes, and I'll leave it entirely up to him, okay?
That sounds fair.
Oh, it certainly does.
Good buddy, you know what you are?
Dead?
Dead.
Dead, 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 dead.
Hello, Mr. Pomfret. Remember me?
Thalia Manager. How could I forget?
My, you're looking well.
Me? Oh, come now.
Well, let's put it this way. You haven't changed.
Not even my jacket.
Which reminds me, we are running a special this month on tweed jackets, hand-loomed by the cottage industries of Ireland.
How nice.
You'd look great in a new tweed jacket.
I'd look great in a new anything.
Here, why don't you look these over?
Thank you. These I can afford. The jackets, no. I hope you haven't come here to sell me something, Thalia.
No.
Or to collect money that I owe for something I bought?
No.
In that case, sit down.
I came to talk to you about Dobie Gillis.
That's what I figured.
Now, I'll get right to the point.
Let me help you. You want Dobie to be a salesman. He's eager, friendly, honest, decent, frank. In short, he has everything it takes to make a good salesman, right?
I'm so glad you agree.
Yes, I agree that Dobie has everything it takes to make a good salesman. And if you want him to quit school and go to work for you, I'll fight you to the death. Excuse me. Pomfret here. Oh, yes, Dean. I've talked to the Maintenance Workers Union. They've agreed to an arbitration. Well, we'll get together early tomorrow morning. I think I should have it wrapped up by noon. Oh, thank you, sir. Bye. Yeah, well, even these halls of ivy have their little labor problems. I act as a kind of unofficial mediator. Now, about Dobie Gillis.
Look, you've agreed that Dobie'd make a wonderful salesman.
Yeah, but why can't he finish college first? Pick up a little culture.
Well, I'm all for culture. Why, at our sales meetings every month, we have a wonderful talk by some successful banker with picture slides in color.
Sounds Jim Dandy. Look, Thalia, maybe Dobie is cut out to be a salesman. But right now, he's on the threshold of great discoveries. The whole world of truth and beauty is opening up to him. Now, how can you take him away from that and make him into a doorbell pusher?
What's wrong with pushing doorbells?
Excuse me. Pomfret here. Oh, yeah, the bid on the new lab. All right, go ahead. I'm listening. What? $12.80 a square foot. Oh, they got to be out of their minds. No, that's way out of line. You tell them they have to submit another bid, or we'll take our business elsewhere. You're right. Bye.
You wear a lot of hats for a college professor.
Oh, I just double in brass as a purchasing agent. Now, about Dobie.
Let's table Dobie for a minute, Mr. Pomfret. Would you mind telling me exactly how much money you make a year?
I certainly would. I'd mind telling anybody. Why do you ask?
Well, this may sound awfully fast, but that's how I operate. How would you like to come and work for the Pylon Sales Corporation?
Me, a salesman?
No, on an executive level.
Well, I'm flattered, of course, but I'm a teacher.
And a labor arbitrator and a cost computer. Men like you don't grow on every bush.
Well, my wife and children would probably hate me for this, but no, thank you.
You're sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Now, if we could get back to Dobie Gillis.
All right. Dobie says you want him to stay in school.
That's right. And I'll continue to say it as long as there's breath in this underpaid body.
What is Dobie to you?
He's a student.
Exactly. And you have hundreds of students, and I know you care about them, all of them, but not the way I care about Dobie. To me, he's not just a face in the crowd. He's the only face. Don't ask me why, but he's the one I want.
You really love this boy.
Yes.
And if he wants to stay in college, you won't wait for him?
I can't. There's my family.
Oh, yes, your father's famous kidney condition.
I just can't wait. I'm almost 20.
Good heavens, and you still get around without a cane?
I know it sounds silly, but I cannot wait.
But if you leave Dobie, you'll break his heart.
And mine?
Well, I'm sorry, Thalia. I just can't tell Dobie to quit school.
All right, thanks for your time.
No, wait a minute. I can't tell Dobie to quit, but I'll do this much for you. I won't tell him to stay, either. I'll tell him he has to make up his own mind, okay?
Mr. Pumpert, you're quite a fellow.
Oh, come on now. I'm just a plain, ordinary guy, wise, brilliant, astute, penetrating. In fact, in every way, I'm superior.
You think you're kidding?
Like heck I do.
All right. About that offer, that executive position, it's still open.
Well, I decline, with thanks.
Well, you don't have to give me an answer right now. I'll be in town till tomorrow morning. Now, you take my card and call me if you change your mind.
That's not a chance.
I don't know. You're full of surprises. Bye.
Dear Mr. Pomfret, no doubt it's an oversight that we've not yet received payment on our bill of 3 months past. We beg to remind you that legal action is contemplated.
Mr. Pomfret didn't say stay, and he didn't say go. He left it all up to me. So I've decided to quit school and become a salesman. Yeah, me. Pretty weird, you say? Well, if you ask me, I'd say the same thing. But nobody asked me. They told me. Thalia told me. My mother told me. But most of all, my father told me.
No, Dobie. That is not the way Thalia told you to do it. Now, let's try it again, huh? And this time put a little more pizzazz into it. Now, remember, you're going to ring the doorbell, and a young housewife is going to come and answer the door. Now, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Bring!
Yes?
Good morning, ma'am. I
He's not
represent the
smiling.
pylon...
When you say that, smile, boy. Smile while you're saying it.
I represent the pylon
He hasn't
sales...
Put your foot in the door like I showed
See,
you.
Dad, I don't want to force my way in where I'm not welcome.
You're welcome. You represent a big, important company. Now,
Why,
go ahead.
certainly. Remember, you are a salesman, not some sloppy kook who just wandered in off the street.
You rang?
No, nobody rang, Maynard.
Hey, good buddy, you want to come downtown and watch him knock down the old Endicott building?
No, you can't now.
I mean, you're leaving town tomorrow. It's the last time you see that old ball go...
No, we're busy, Maynard.
Cut that out, will you? Dobie ain't got time for that kid stuff anymore. He's got a whole new life opening out in front of him. He's going to be hard-hitting and aggressive and resourceful and successful and miserable.
Here, I finally managed to get your suitcase shut, but I couldn't find room for these books.
What book?
From my English course, Dad, just some poetry.
Poetry? Do you want the rest of those guys to think you're some kind of a nut or something?
Dad, look, Dad.
Never mind, darling. I'll send them on to you afterwards, after you've made a good beginning.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Think of it, my little Dobie starting his career. He's going to be a salesman.
Yeah, with a corner office someday.
Air conditioned.
And a private secretary.
And a sign with gold letters on the door.
And it says, gentlemen.
This is it. This is the last time in my life I'll be standing here.
The moving finger, whatever that is, hasn't writ yet. You can still change your mind and
No,
still
the
keep
die is
digging truth and
cast.
beauty. I mean, I don't dig it so good myself, but it's kind of nice to have around.
Here, look, Maynard.
And, Dobe, how about all them professors that teach us about truth and beauty? I mean, they're really nice guys, you know. They have to be nice to put it with me, true?
True. No offense, but true.
Yeah, and how about Mr. Pomfret? I mean, maybe he grumbles and he grouches, but, I mean, you see that light up there? That's his office. I mean, he's still up there working at this hour.
Yeah. Maybe I ought to say goodbye to him.
Yeah, I think you ought to. I mean, just because you're walking out like a dirty skunk is no reason you shouldn't be friendly.
Yes, dear, I'll be home soon. I'm just going over the monthly bills. No, not paying, just going over them. Oh, now, don't worry, dear. We'll manage somehow. Yeah, all right. Goodbye, dear. Is Miss Thalia, manager, there? Oh. Well, when do you expect her in? Well, would you ask her to call Professor Pomfret at the college, please? Yeah, thank you. And I'll wait for her call. Oh, Dobie.
I saw your light on.
Oh, well, I'm glad you did. Come on in, Dobie.
Thank you,
Sit
Mr.
down.
Pomfret. Thank you.
What can I do for you?
Mr. Pomfret, I'm here to say goodbye. I'm quitting school to take a job.
Oh?
I'm going to be a salesman with the Pylon Sales Company.
Well, that's very interesting.
Honest, I'd like to stay in college learning about truth and beauty and like that, but I've got to think about my future.
Ah, of course you do, Dobie.
Mr. Pomfret, you don't really mean that.
Oh, yes, I do. Heaven knows I value the liberal arts, and I'd like you to finish school, but, well, we all have to be practical.
You're not just saying that to make me feel better.
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong with a business career, and from what I hear, Pylon is a real live wire outfit.
Mr. Pomfret, you're a wonderful man. I wish I could be like you.
Oh, come now,
No,
Dobie.
I mean it, sir. You're a dedicated person, a scholar with integrity.
Dobie.
Sure, you struggle to make ends meet, but that's not important to you. What's important is truth and beauty and getting young people to appreciate it.
Well, Dobie, I'm
I'll
not
always
really
remember
as...
you, Mr. Pomfret. No matter how rich and successful I get to be, I'll always remember what I missed by leaving college.
Dobie, what will you miss?
Oh, lots of things. The lectures in class and the bull sessions afterwards in the cafeteria. Yeah, and the football games and the pep rallies and the pretty girls at the proms. And the homework even. And the goosebumps I get sometimes from listening to a poem or a symphony. And I'll miss sitting on the mall just feeling glad to be part of all this. And you know something, Mr. Pomfret? I just decided the Pylon Sales Company can go jump in the lake.
Good for you.
Even if it means losing Thalia and having my dad break me into little pieces.
Dobie, this calls for a celebration, and I'm treating.
Don't lose your head, sir.
My boy, I'm going to buy you the biggest hamburger that you've ever seen.
Your phone, Mr. Pomfret.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Aren't you going to answer it?
No, I know who's calling, and she's got the wrong number. Boy, has she got the wrong number.
Cheer up, good buddy.
Cheer up, he says. What's there to be cheerful about? I'll never see Thalia again.
Sure you will. She'll probably be back in the spring to say a lightweight suit.
Dobie.
Oh, Thalia. Thalia, I'm so glad to see you, even if it's only for a minute.
Dobie.
Try not to think too badly of me, Thalia. I only did what I had to
Dobie.
do. And I want you to know that even though you may be in Cleveland and I may be here, we will always be together, you and I, right here in my heart.
Dobie, I'm not going. I'm staying right here. I've enrolled in S. Peter Pryor Junior College.
Thalia, is it true?
It's true.
Yeah, but what about your father, his
Kidney condition?
Yeah.
Well, that's all cleared up.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Actually, he never did have a kidney condition. All these years he's been going around with his pants buttoned to his vest.
Then you and I are going to be together, both members of the freshman class.
Uh-huh.
So what do you got in the suitcase?
Freshman beanies at $1.98 apiece.
Thalia, I'm so glad to see you. I'll take one. Have you got change for a $5?
Oh, you know me better than that.